What's good, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday evening. I am really thrilled. The Cowboys is so far it's 38-3. So I am really excited that the Cowboys did really well. But I think someone did tell me that they were going to win for this game. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So, hey, how you doing, Gary? Hey, Chicky D. Hey, Dubs. What's up? What's popping? Yes, go Cowboys. Cowboys it got 38-3. So Cowboys are doing well. Hopefully we can get to the Super Bowl. Let's see. Some people want to say, nah, they ain't gonna get to the Super Bowl. We're gonna see. It might happen this year. This might be their year. So I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying themselves Sunday evening. I'm not gonna hold you long, but then again, I say that all the time, and I end up holding you an hour, 30 minutes, sometimes two. But this is really a live that I kind of at first I didn't understand, but then when I did some little research and then I watched Tough Love's video as well as Ticket TV, it gave me more of an understanding the reason of Mr. Charleston White being banned from YouTube. But then there's another content creator that said that Charleston White is back on YouTube. So I'm gonna share a little bit of that with you. I'm not gonna share too much. Her name is A Classy Lady of Today, and she's saying that they can't ban the cockeyed man. Okay, so so some people are saying that he's actually back. Some people are saying that he's supposed to be banned. Um, Charleston White is a very interesting character. Number one, he is a person that, has a hood mentality. And when I say that, he he just basically does what he wants to do and says what he wants to say. And sometimes it seems like he feels like he has no boundaries, to me. Sometimes he's from Fort Worth, Texas. And I actually believe that he was raised with a mother that actually was financially stable. But he kind of went and did his own thing and ended up getting into trouble at a young age. And that's kind of what set up his life. But it's not like he came from a home where he wasn't taken care of or anything of that nature. He kind of just picked his own path. Hey, Carl, how you doing, sweetie? Um, yeah. So I don't know. I might have to get rid of this Nightbot. I don't understand it, and I got it because I was trying to do something a little different. Hey, CC, but honey, I might have to get rid of it. I don't want it getting rid of nobody. But yeah, I really just hey, go getter. I really didn't understand it at first, and like I said, until I did some research on it. And I was just like, what's the big deal? What's going on? But when I found out what he said, I don't and see Charleston White is one of those people that like to say things and shock people. I'm I don't think, hey Jay, I don't know if what you say, diarrhea of the mouth. Let's see. My mom once said that my niece jokingly decades ago. Yeah, I have been accused of that as well. Um, you know, because I have been a person something when I was young, I used to always be nosy and that's probably why some people think I'm good with interviewing because I would always be like, who? And one of my cousins said, "Are you an owl or something? You always asking who and getting in people grown folks' business." Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that for right now until I understand what the hell Nightbot is doing. I'm gonna leave Nightbot alone, honey. Nightbot will get everybody out here deleted, so or take away their comments. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that on out because I don't want it timing out anybody. So until I understand Nightbot, goodbye. I'm gonna get rid of you a little bit. So anyway, so if any, hopefully nobody's timed out, honey, because something said, "Go get a holy cow. Stop spamming." So I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of Nightbot because Nightbot will get me messed up. So yeah, Nightbot is tripping today. So um, and I used to always ask who, because I was nosy as hell when I was a kid, as well as I had the bad habit of saying things that I shouldn't say. And kids do that pretty much anyway. You'll have kids they'll come up to you and they'll tell you the truth of how they really feel. And some kids they'll be like, "Oh, you stink," or I ain't never had that to happen, thank God. But you'll have kids say all types of things. Or like since I have nails, I have like my kids in my class ask me questions, why you have long nails and all this kind of stuff. They'll ask questions, and sometimes they'll say things that's rude. But I had that diarrhea of the mouth syndrome where I would just say things and not and think about it later, and it hurt some people, and then some people, it offended. And when I got older, I started to learn what to say and what not to say. And sometimes I do a good job with it, and sometimes I don't. Because I'm just gonna be honest with you, some things, it is what it is. You're gonna say it. It's like some things you cannot just not say. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you on Hey Meet Me on YouTube, there's been a lot of things that I've wanted to say and talk about certain people and say things, but because I know the repercussions of something that will be said or done, it's only going to hurt me and make it harder for me to kind of maneuver in these streets. So I have learned, I kind of am very cautious. I'm still gonna say what I'm gonna say, but some things I'm not gonna say because I understand what comes behind what's the responsibility of talking and being bold. You have to sometimes know know when to hold them and know when to throw them or whatever. I don't know what that song is. It was back in the day. My grandmother in my grandmother's day. That song, know when to fold them and know when to hold them. I think that's something like that. And that's really what it comes with dealing with people and dealing with situations. Some things you're just not going to speak on, if especially um if it's so far away from you and it has nothing to do with you, some things you're just going to be like, okay, should I speak on this and should I not, speak on this? And if I do speak on this, what am I going to say? But then you got some people, oh, okay, hold them and fold them. You got some people, they don't care. And Charleston White is one of those people, which sometimes I don't blame them. Sometimes you just have to say it. You just have to shoot straight from the hip. But then you got to understand too, there's some things that's just inappropriate. And what this man said, about, this Deion Sanders' son, and, and some of the team members or whatever, like, I just really feel like he could have kept that to himself. Because if he did actually get banned from YouTube, even though he was not monetized on YouTube, he was still could get different type of revenue from people watching him on YouTube. And what I mean by that, a lot of opportunities came to Charleston White because of him being on some type of social media. And YouTube was one of them. Some people may have liked Charleston White's rawness, and they gravitated to it, and it could have been somebody like in a really big position that could see that they liked what he was saying, and put them on their platform. So sometimes your mouth can stop you from opportunities that actually will be beneficial to you in the future. I'm not saying be a punk, don't tell people how you feel, don't always keep things to yourself, but I'm saying you have to use wisdom as you are saying things, because with your mouth comes a great responsibility, and that's what people seem to miss. So I'm going to share Ticket Channel TV. So for those who don't know what he said, this is what I heard, and I was just like, wow, this is incredible. Like, how did he think that? Why did he think that this is going to be okay? I'm going to share this with just a little bit of Ticket TV, so you'll have a better idea of what was said. And hello to everybody that came through. I didn't speak.
Charleston White has apparently been banned from YouTube after he made some very disrespectful
Hey, 22.
comments, and he made some threats towards Deion Sanders, Coach Prime's sons, a few weeks ago. Now, Charleston had came out and basically, there were people were floating out the ideas or allegations that they thought that after the Colorado State football game, that there could have been some bounties placed on players, as we saw Travis Hunter get targeted and hurt. We saw a few other dirty plays in that game, a lot of dirty plays in that game, where it had a lot of people upset about what happened. Well, Charleston came out after that game, and Charleston basically was on his platform. He was on one of his social media platforms, and he said a lot of disrespectful things. He berated Deion Sanders. He also threatened his kids, and he said that he wished that he could have put a $20,000 bounty on this man's sons, and that was very disrespectful.
Hey, Miss Feline.
That was very dishonorable from a guy who claims to help youth and help kids. And now, according to the reports, Charleston White's YouTube channel has been banned, and he's hurt. He's hurt a lot of his revenue opportunity, according to the various reports, because of this situation with Deion Sanders and what he did. He crossed the line when he threatened the man's sons. And I guess, YouTube, I guess, investigated the situation of what Charleston White has said, because there was a video out there. And so now he's done. And the thing is that Charleston wasn't making money from his YouTube channel as far as revenue, because I don't think he was monetized. I'm not sure about that 100%, but I don't think his channel was monetized. But he was networking and getting a lot of money based off of the audience he was building on there. And when you always have built your channel up about defending the youth and showing love and helping, lift people up in the right way, and then you turn around and do what you did to Deion Sanders' sons and say what you said, it's counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? And it was wrong. He's flat out wrong for what he said. Right? He's flat out wrong for what he said. You should never, as a grown man, you understand, speak on youth like that. You know what I'm saying? You should never do that. It's kids, man. At the end of the
Okay, so you see what was said about Deion Sanders, and shout out to Deion Sanders. He is making waves um, in the sports field. He was a great athlete, as well as he's even a great coach, and he has some very talented sons as well. And I just see that, hey Emmanuel, how are you, sweetie? I just see that Deion Sanders gets a lot of jealousy towards him from other people that look like him. And I'm not saying that Charleston White is jealous, but some things we're not aware of is motivated, and it comes from jealousy and envy when we say certain things. Again, I don't know if he said things to get out of shock value, or and I don't want to believe that actually Charleston White is actually dumb. I really don't, because he does a lot of different plays on YouTube and in real life where he um, is a person that he says things to get some type of response that would be favorable to him. But I don't know if he actually thought through what he was saying, because I don't believe that this is going to be favorable to him. Why? Because he said something about, number one, Deion Sanders and his sons, which are young men. They are in college. They're playing football. They're doing well, and they're doing something with their life. And so, for him to even say that statement about young men that are trying to advance in their lives, um, and he thinks that's going to be favorable to him because of shock value. Thank you, Tyler. Because of shock value, I don't know if that's going to actually help him. And that's why I say diarrhea at the mouth can cause you to pay a hefty price. And hefty, for some people that may not be familiar with that word, is a heavy price. And sometimes that price can be very detrimental to your pocketbook. It can be detrimental to your reputation, how people see you and view you. If and sometimes when I had a supervisor a long time ago told me, Selena, your reputation is currency. And I, at first, I didn't understand that. I consider myself somewhat smart. And I said, What? What do you mean? He said, your name can either break you or it can carry you to higher and better opportunities. You are the one that would be responsible for that. And when you mess up your own name, you cause your own downfall. You cause a lot of opportunities to fall by the wayside, or you don't get the opportunities because of your reputation, what others are saying about you. Now, some people will sometimes people will lie on you too, but I'm talking about from a whole scope of things. Have you ever been around somebody and everybody that you talk to have said that this person is not a good person? Yes, I am dropping the link, sir, but I'll drop it in just a minute. And it's some people will say things, and and it's kind of like, okay, some people you can't trust everything what everybody's saying, but if the whole scope of people are telling you that this person has done this and said this, and I'm talking about everybody you come in contact with. I've had that to happen with a lady that I worked with, and people from another school was talking about this lady and how her reputation was and how she, acted. And, I gave everybody the opportunity, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But when I started to experience the same thing that she did, and when other people at the other school said, started to experience the same thing, they experienced at the other school. Hey D, they started to see, oh my God, this what these people were saying about this lady was true. So your reputation, how you carry yourself, what you say, what you do, it will actually carry, and it will either benefit you or it will either hurt you. So you have to make that decision. And I believe that Charleston White, I believe he said some things that um, destroyed could have destroyed his reputation at this point. If because some people, they don't even like him, so his reputation is already gone anyway to some people. But if he ever had new opportunities with other people, it could hinder it. It could block him from getting farther and getting more money and getting more highlighted in his career or whatever type of social media career that he has. So I'm gonna play a little bit of Tough Love's video. Tough Love, I put the link in the chat, and let me play a little bit of his video.
Charleston White for president 2024. Let's get that out the way. Let's make sure you get your votes in. Charleston White for president 2024. Where all the outrage come from? Where all the I'm mad at Charleston White, how dare Charleston White come from?
Anybody can come up. This is open panel as well.
Charleston White said something about T.I. kids. No outrage. Boosie kids. No outrage. Said something about the Asian community and all their kids. No outrage. Said something about this man. No outrage. Said something about this woman. No outrage. Promoting racial hate. Gender wars. Zero outrage. Why we mad now? Where all of these reaction videos coming from now? Let me get into this real quick. I sat back and I said, it's very interesting to me that once it was confirmed that Charleston White was banned from YouTube, now it's time to talk about standards and morals. Now it's time to talk about integrity. It's talk about community, talk about how bad he is, talk about X, Y. How come when the man could voice his opinion on YouTube, nobody had nothing to say? How come when he was free to roam YouTube, now all of a sudden, when you ban, now I got some things to say? Y'all don't think that's kind of odd? Y'all don't think that's kind of weird? Some of the same people that praised Charleston White, wanted to work with Charleston White, build with Charleston White, promote Charleston White, said nothing to Charleston White when he was talking about hurting kids, disrespecting kids. It was cool. But the minute YouTube canceled him, banned him for hate speech, now all of a sudden it's not cool. Where all of this outrage come from all of a sudden? I've seen a lot of reaction videos to Charleston White, but none of them never gave an opinion about what Charleston White was doing before Charleston White was banned from YouTube. But after Charleston White gets banned from YouTube, where are these reaction videos coming from? We all knew he was wrong. He's out of line. He's out of control. He's so disrespectful, so vile. Did you just learn about Charleston White? Did you wake up one morning and say, oh, Charleston White is here? Where are all the men and the women that have standards and morals? That it don't matter who else says it's right, right is right. It don't matter how millions of people, I support Charleston White, I support, how come if you thought it was wrong before YouTube banned him, why didn't you say nothing? Where are these videos at saying Charleston White is X, Y, and Z? What he's doing for the community is wrong. Hell, Charleston White was screaming, hey, I'm in the school system. You know, I'm an activist. Now, I remember me saying, how can you be an activist if you're online saying these things about white people? Saying that you like to see the life drained from white men's eyes and the R word for white women. I'm just kind of curious, like, where are all of these people and standards and morals when somebody is in a position to respond? I'll see a lot of ganging up now. Now Charleston White is wrong. Well, here's the thing. If you've been following, if you're subscribed to a channel, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, Facebook or whatever it case to be, well, you kind of get a gist of the content creator. You kind of know where they stand at on certain things. How come we don't know where you stand until the world says it's wrong? How come you don't have standards and morals until the world says it's wrong? The world meaning YouTube. The world meaning YouTube. How come it's a problem now? Now, can you imagine Charleston White coming back, searching his name? Charleston White gets banned from YouTube, canceled from YouTube, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Charleston White sees these same people that was in his Instagram, his DMs, on his phone logs, emails. We was friends. That was my buddy. That was my ace boon coon. You didn't tell me you didn't like, you thought what I was doing was wrong. It was disrespectful that young men and women should not have to listen to no crap like that. You didn't tell me none of that. But the minute I got banned, you had an opinion about me. I'm trying to figure out why everybody's so, don't be quiet in the comments now. Don't be quiet on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook now. Where was all the outrage when you was rocking with Charleston White? When you sat there and you heard him say those vile things about children, those vile things about other men and women and other races, where was all the outrage there? You know what's so funny? Especially when you talk about the black community.
So basically, you know, and I can see that kind of, I can see where, in his perspective, this is not the first time that Charleston White has talked about other people's children. And for some apparent reason, I guess now it's stuck when it came to Deion Sanders. Maybe some people that supported Deion Sanders maybe reported Charleston White's page, or maybe Deion Sanders reported Charleston White. I have no idea, but we have to see, or we have to understand, well, what type, sometimes some people they make an attempt to basically I wouldn't say take care of business, and not attempt, but when something is against them or their family, they take it very seriously. And I believe that some, like Deion Sanders, seems like to me that he's like any parent would be. If somebody is, you know, saying these things about his children or trying to do something to his children, to me, he comes off like he's going to make sure that that person gets the message to leave my child alone. So not to say that other people aren't, but, you know, like when he said those things, I think about little Boosie and his children. There wasn't a lot of backlash from little Boosie. So I am kind of curious on why or who reported Charleston White for this to happen, because Why didn't the other people that he talked about and their kids, why wasn't it like a lot of backlash with that? Hey, Tough Love, thank you for joining me. This is also an open panel, so anybody can come up as long as we're talking about this particular subject. That's what I'm going to be talking about. Hey, watch them niggas, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Shu, I think I spoke to you. Now I'm going to continue to play this.
Community, and you talk about, certain things that happen in the Black community. But you know what's so funny? Somebody said that Black people promote the worst of their community. And I remember hearing Charleston White says Black people will promote anybody and believe anything. And then I started thinking about Charleston White's timeline and the things that he's been saying and how many people have been giving him a platform, giving him attention, saying, oh, yeah, come on over here. We want to hear what you got to say. And I started thinking about, like, Charleston White got so comfortable with what he was doing. He was like, yeah, I'm the new Malcolm X. I'm the new Malcolm X. The new Malcolm X. What are you saying? This is the problem. What are you saying that's so revolutionary? You ever notice that these people that have platforms, just all across the board, these people that have platforms, especially Black people, you ever notice that there's always a hint of racism? Like, as long as I say something racist, Black people will band with me. Or if I decide to promote a gender war, like, the other gender will band with me. Like, I always sit back and I watch platforms, right? All across social media. And it's always interesting that some Black people, in order to get other Black people to rally with them, they have to say something racist. They have to make these innuendos or undertones of racism. It's like, yeah, these crackers, when it's totally unnecessary. It's totally not needed. Oh, these Black men, these Black women, when it's totally unnecessary and totally not needed. Charleston White did a phenomenal, Charleston White for president. Charleston White did a phenomenal job of saying and doing anything to show that Black people will support him still. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. All these people with all these platforms kept their mouth closed, act like they didn't see it. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna speak against no Charleston White. I ain't gonna say nothing. Nope. And the minute they was like this, they was like, y'all remember what was that, Belly? When that guy had the banana in his mouth and he was looking, I don't like this. I'm gonna drop a dime on them. I'm gonna drop a dime on them. That's how I feel about some of these people now. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. Is that YouTube? Hold on. What they do to his channel? Oh, they about to take a channel. They about to take live. Tune in. Charleston White gets banned. Yes, I really did not like Charleston White, and this is why I didn't like Charleston White. Like, what the heck? What? We want to talk about the community now. We want to talk about the effects of Charleston White and what he's done now. And I think I'm kind of lost because I'm just like, well, wasn't you just cheering for him? Wasn't you just high-fiving him and saying that's my dog? But now we mad. Well, Black people should be pissed off, and I'm going to tell you why. You had nothing to do with Charleston White getting banned from YouTube. That means your moral compass is effed up. Your moral compass is effed up. Your standards, right? How you think about the generation of children that was affected and attacked by Charleston White. You did nothing. You sat back and you thought it was okay. And now YouTube, let me tell y'all something, Colorado, right? The university, right? It's predominantly white. The staff is predominantly white. Let me educate you real quick, right? Those people got Charleston White's threats to Deion Sanders' son. Salute, I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Salute. See that at the table. Thank you. I appreciate that. Uncle Stu in the building. Y'all make sure y'all check out Uncle Stu. Great commentary. Y'all check him out. Charleston White sent Deion Sanders' son this threat over the internet, right? Everybody was talking about it, right? Everybody was talking about it. People, this is what's so funny to me. People were reacting to the threat, but not giving their opinion on how wrong it was. Now, let me school y'all on reaction videos, right? There's one thing to do a reaction video that says, Charleston White says, Charleston White did. And there's another piece to say that was wrong what Charleston White said. That was wrong what Charleston White did. And I'm telling you right now, if you look at these reaction videos, now Charleston White is wrong. Now I have an opinion about what Charleston White did. But beforehand, it was just Charleston White said, Charleston White did. But it was no opinion. But now after he get banned, now we real men and women now. Right now we standing up now. And all of these people in the comment section, that's some real stuff. That's revolutionary. Right. What? Black people didn't cancel Charleston White. You wishing harm on our staff here at Colorado. You wishing harm on our students at Colorado. You wishing harm on Beyonce. Black people didn't cancel Charleston White. Them people got together and said, I don't know who this guy is, shock jock or not. I don't care if he think he a revolutionary, if he think he the next coming of Malcolm X. We ain't tolerating, we ain't having it. Isn't it funny how standards and morals outweigh YouTube? Isn't that funny? We sit back and we watch all of this crazy stuff and everybody act like they don't see it. And God forbid if you say anything about it. But outside of YouTube in real life, people say we ain't tolerating that craziness. We ain't tolerating that disrespect. Isn't that funny that you as a black man and black woman sit back and think, oh yeah, that's just Charleston White being Charleston White. He's just a shop job. You know what I'm saying? Whatever case may be. And he say all of this crazy stuff, right? Right? Let me build this up and break this down for how it really goes. Let me break it down how it really goes. I hate white people, hate black people, I hate this, hate that, and this person can get taken advantage of, and that person can get shot in the face, and say all of that stuff, and then come back and say, the black man need to work harder. Oh my God! That was so monumental. Charleston White, that was so, oh my God, that was so monumental. Thank you. Oh my God, you a real one. You a real one. Don't nobody say it like you, Charleston. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I know you just said that about them Asian kids, but man, you a real one, bro. A real one. What the? What we are, the black community is so desperate for leadership. We are promoting anything and anybody to the table. Come on, have a seat at the table. Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. And we get into the table by saying anything we can about white people. As long as you hate white people, come sit down. Oh, you hate babies? Come on, sit down. You hate rappers? Come on, sit down. Let me tell you something. Charleston White was selling this narrative that how bad rappers are. Now, to some extent, I would say that there are some things that's going on in a rap music industry that I wouldn't agree with. Right? And this is I think this is the problem that we have as people in general. We are good at selective agreements. That one thing I agree with keeps me in the car with you and your negativity. That one thing that I agree with keeps me in the car with you and you being disrespectful. That one thing that I agree with keeps me right. It's almost like an abusive relationship, right? Oh, I like your sex, so I'm staying. I like your conversation, so I'm staying. I like the way you compliment me, so I'm staying. And now I'm asking you guys, is it worth it? There we go with that question again. Is it worth it? Is it worth staying? We seeing what you're doing. It's not funny. It's unneeded. And this is the thing. When you say that you are Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, so now you're saying you're speaking for black people. What type of black people? What type of black people are you speaking for? That's a good question. And then if you're speaking for black people and we have to determine what type of black people, where are the black people with standards, morals, values, and integrity that says, I never agreed with that and I didn't wait till YouTube banned him to say it? Where are those videos at? If you are a content creator or you're someone that kind of surfs the internet, you don't think it's odd that those videos are kind of few to none? People disagreeing with Charleston White and his behavior, since you're representing the black community and the black man this and the black man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When people have a lot of time on their hands and they get the right book and they got the time to practice, I'm trying to school y'all real quick. They get the time to practice, right? How they going to deliver something. But I know if I start cursing and I start disrespecting people, you know, black people going to respect that. Black people gonna respect me if I disrespect black women and I disrespect black men. If I say how bad the rap community is and the gay agenda, black people gonna respect me. So when your message gets to a white university, when your message is directed at white children, white staff members, now no more Charleston White, that's not odd to you? People have been sitting on YouTube for months, I want to say years, listening to the rhetoric of Charleston White as he spewed out hate speech, and for some reason didn't have the gall to say anything about it, to report it. I ain't see it. I ain't hear him say nothing. Nope, I'm just gonna stay over here. And the minute they felt the coast was clear, they ran and made a video about how much they didn't like it. And we sit back and say, that's revolutionary what you're saying, brother. Preach, sister. Did you just now hear it? What's the day?
I really like the comment Eshu said. She said, we are not the same people. This is a generational hate. We are reprogrammed long ago. The problem is people are too stupid to really think for themselves, period. That is really, that's really kind of powerful to me that you said that. I believe that all of us to an extent has been programmed, and we have to reprogram our way of thinking and doing things, because some of the things that we were programmed from, our youth, just as a child, from our parents or our grandparents, has sometimes been a setback for a lot of Black people. And we have to reprogram the way we think and the way we do things. Tough Love, do you have anything to say? Or you want me to keep playing your reaction video? I don't know if you
Salute to the host and the chat. I was just sitting back taking it in. I agree with some of the comments that's being made.
Okay, so what are you, from what you're saying so far, Can you kind of expound on that? If you don't have anything to say, I'll just keep playing it.
I think what really to bring things to light, I think it's just showcases real life consequences. Like it doesn't matter what you feel like you're doing to get attention, and what narrative you use, what title you use. Um, when whatever you're doing, whatever rhetoric you're selling or promoting,
Mhm.
when it's faced against real life consequences, you 9 times you're gonna lose. So it don't matter how big or small you are, what color you are, when it goes to what people think is common sense. Because a lot of times we,
Right.
we talk about common sense on social media, and I just seen the comment that you posted with the about a lady. You're
Oh.
right. You know what I'm saying? It is a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times people feel like, this won't happen to me. This consequence, repercussion won't happen to me. And I think that we're slowly showing, or being shown that there are consequences to our actions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and that's one of the, in Charleston White, like I said, and you even said he's a shock job, but it to me it's kind of like it's to other people's expense because I'm gonna tell you this, I hope nobody gonna get offended by it, but it is what it is. White folks don't play. If you're talking about their school, you're talking about their children, their players, anything that has to do with something that they are over, they don't play. They will try to take you down if they don't take you down. So I don't know what he was thinking, Charleston White was thinking about, because this is a predominantly white um, population. Am I correct, Tough Love, or you're
Yes,
not?
no, you're very correct. If you
Okay.
look at the school acceptance, and they give you a pretty good breakdown of the nationalities that attend that school. That, and
Mhm.
also you got to think about, imagine the senators or governors or mayors or congressmen. Imagine their children actually attending that school. You have to
Correct.
assume that those children have parents that are established. So it's not just Deion. I'm sure Deion Sanders has his own strings, but I'm just saying, once you issue that threat and you're saying putting money on players to get hurt, I just thought it was very interesting that there were a lot of people now commenting. I seen a couple people in the chat was like, "Well, there's been plenty of people outraged." Well, that outrage led nowhere. That
Hmm.
outrage led nowhere. And the fact of the matter is, people kind of, and I seen somebody say, well, Charleston White has a lot of channels, so why are people saying he banned? YouTube saying his channel got banned, regardless of how many other channels he got. YouTube saying his channel got banned. What happens is, even if you go to those other channels, once those other channels are found out, those channels will be banned too. So I mean, the
Hmm.
if we stick to the conversation is, why did Charleston White get banned? Was it necessary? And then what was the cause of him getting banned? It wasn't. If you look at this and say, well, hey, you can't mess with Deion Sanders. No, it wasn't just Deion Sanders. It was that whole
Hmm.
university looking at someone and saying, we're going to take care of this matter pronto.
Hmm.
And that's a community. That is a community banding together, saying what they're going to tolerate and what they're not.
Yes, and that's exactly what. Besides Deion Sanders, because I know Deion Sanders doesn't play about his kids like most good fathers and good mothers. They don't play about their kids. But I thought I also knew it had to be more with that. And with this, with this is I would say with these children being a part of a a college with mostly, like I said, a white population. People take those type of threats very seriously. They don't take it lightly. So when they see that this is being said about any student at their school, they're going to, take it by force if they can. And whether he is still on YouTube or not, I'm not sure. Uh, because I have another content creator saying that he's still on here and he is posting. So, and I believe it's from some other channels that he had that maybe YouTube is not aware of. It says Dion probably filed a police report and send it to YouTube legal. Yeah, watch the niggas. That's a possibility. That is a possibility.
I'm almost certain that if everybody in the chat just hear this one little thing, we just talked
Okay.
about how people got access to the internet. Think
Mm-hmm.
about all of those college students and how they use social media. You think they didn't get hundreds to thousands of people complaining about Charleston White? This is
Mm.
bigger than Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders just happened to be in this vacuum of a protected class of people
Okay.
because he is in that protected class of people, and his sons are a part of that same regime. These people are serious, and that's why I'm trying to drive home a point that white people decided that this black man was not relevant. They decided that what he was doing was not right. Not just
Mm-hmm.
black people, not it wasn't a big push for black people. And the thing about a lot of us already knew that what he was doing, but wasn't speaking out about it. Yeah, it was a couple people saying a certain help. Me too. I was saying a couple things about the man as well. Like, I think if you're an activist, how can you be an activist by day and a terrorist by night?
Yeah.
So, I just feel like a lot of these people, of course, it's about content and all that good stuff, whatever. But I'm like, when does the morals and standards kick in?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because before he got banned, it's about being a man and it's about saying the right thing and the kids and then after he got banned, now all of a sudden it's about the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Emmanuel said, I don't know what they call it in Colorado or other places, but in California, they call it a terroristic threat, and they don't play about those.
You are exactly right, Emmanuel. You are exactly right. And that issue towards that school in reference to a threat and what should happen to the staff, and on top of Deion Sanders, it's trust me, I can almost guarantee that the information that YouTube got was an abundance of concerned parents, was an abundance of concerned students, and it probably was somebody's legal team, whether it's Deion Sanders himself or Deion Sanders' ex-wife. So it just an abundance of things. But I want you guys to look at the freedom of speech didn't protect him. Him being a popular YouTuber didn't protect him. Him being a black man didn't protect him. So to me, I always look at right is right. And I felt like if
Right.
more black people felt like he was wrong when he talked about Boosie and T.I. and all this other stuff, then he wouldn't have made it to Dion.
Mm. But see, I kind of believe in T.I. and Bootsy. They have the, I would say the culture, well, the thinking of, and the culture of
The streets,
no sneak,
the
no
streets.
snitch. Yeah, that kind of street kind of. They don't
Yeah,
snitch. They don't want to go to the police. They don't trust the police. So it's that thing I believe with T.I. and Boosie. They was just like, you know what? I know he with the feds or whatever, so I'm leaving that alone. I don't fool with that. So they
right.
left that alone. But with Deion Sanders, it's kind of like, and then like I said, coming from some of those the university students that have maybe seen it, parents that have seen it, they like, I take this very seriously. Even his ex-wife, like you said, because his ex-wife has a YouTube channel. So she could have saw it, you know what I'm saying? And reported it. So there's a lot of different factors at why this probably sticked a little bit more than the others, because the others people have that mentality, no snitch. No snitch. I ain't snitching. So
I,
um go
I
ahead.
think it's you said that it's about people caring. When
Mm-hmm.
if there's a zero tolerance for messing with children, threatening children. If you guys hear something, that's my daughter in the background with
That's
her
fine.
headphones on. Um, if there's a zero tolerance for messing with children, like a lot of people after the brother polite situation is like, oh well, hey, now we on his, what I'm saying, now, oh hell no. If there's a zero tolerance period, like you can't talk about Asian babies or Caucasian babies or black babies. There's a zero tolerance for threatening children, period. If you've been
Mm-hmm.
investigated and found guilty of messing with children, then there's a zero tolerance for it. Not just somebody on YouTube saying, oh well, I'm gonna make you guilty. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about threats that we all can identify. Those were threats that Charleston White did to those kids. And I just feel like it shouldn't even get to Colorado. That should have already been handled. But I think that we're so like used to hearing the shock jock method. We're so used to
Right.
hear or kind of dumbing it down to the point where is it really that bad? It's just YouTube. You know,
Hmm.
and I think that it just got somewhere where someone said there's a zero tolerance. It got to a
Hmm.
group of people where it said we don't play about that. We're serious about us.
Right, right. And yeah, and that's why he's getting some repercussions of what he says. And that's why I said he might be having to pay a heavy price for this one. I don't know if he'll be able to shake it. I'm gonna play your video a little more, and then I'm going to stop it to get your, I would say, input on what
Okay,
he's,
cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
the
I'll pull up
first
on the
time
panel.
you heard it.
huh?
No,
Yes, it is
no,
open panel.
no,
So
I
if
was
it,
just saying that don't y'all if y'all got something to say, pull up on the panel. I love to hear what y'all got to say.
okay.
What's the day the first time you heard that nonsense? Or is it convenient? That's what I notice about
Game.
YouTube. I notice about social media. It's like people only want to do the right thing when it's convenient, when they're forced to do the right thing, when they can't go. Well, I can't go against YouTube, so I might as well say he's wrong. Because God forbid if I would have said he wrong when he had access to
Good
YouTube
night.
to make a
DJ.
video response back to me, because then he can expose me and say, bro, didn't you just call me last week? Didn't you just wasn't you the one that tried to link up and build with me in the community and do all of this other stuff? Sis, didn't you send me this message and say, hey, come holler at me, come build with. But now when you think I'm off YouTube and I'm banned, now you don't like what I was saying. Now you don't appreciate what I was saying. You don't appreciate what I was doing. Ain't that some fake shit? I'm about to piss somebody off. Ain't that some fake shit? You were smiling in my face just about a week ago. And now you hate me. Now you don't appreciate me. Now what I'm doing is trifling and toxic, narcissistic. It's not good for the community now. YouTube said something. Well, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube is not ran by Black people. Salute, salute. I see you, Townsend, in the building. It took white people to police, fix, and correct Charleston White. Let that shit sink in for a minute. Let that sink in for a minute. Somebody said enough's enough. It ain't funny no more. You can't shock jock us. We don't buy it. Your narrative, you can't use it. The disrespect, we won't tolerate it. We got more. We take our shit serious.
Right.
This ain't about jokes for us. We protect our children over here. We respect our men over here. We respect our women over here. Who you talking to? Where the videos at being upset and mad and outraged before he got banned from YouTube? That's what y'all should be asking people. Where the videos at? Hell, you ain't even got to ask them. Go to their page right now. Your favorite content creator, whatever media, wherever they at, and look and say, okay, Charleston White gets banned on this date. Let me scroll back and see if you've ever disagreed with Charleston White. If you ain't got no goddamn video saying you disagree with the man before YouTube before these white people decide that this won't be tolerated. This bullshit won't be tolerated. Now y'all mad. Now you're mad. It's crazy when you take things off YouTube and you take it into a courtroom or you take it somewhere that matters, and then you try to put the YouTube justice and the YouTube feelings and emotions and the statuses and all of this other stuff. This ain't just a black thing. This I'm talking about everything, right? You take all of this YouTube logic and you try to take it into real life, and then you get shut the hell down looking stupid. Looking stupid. Where did all the outrage for Charleston White come from? Why are we so vocal when we feel that somebody can't defend themselves now? Now let's gang up on them. Let's get these reaction videos out there. So the reaction videos to Charleston White beforehand was, this is just what Charleston White had to say, y'all. But you yourself never gave any comment about where you stood at. But the split second you knew for a fact this dude was banned, now you personally have something to say. Damn, that don't seem cowardly. That don't seem odd. Charleston White for president. Charleston White for president. He said black people will believe anything. Black people will promote anybody to be a leader. God, wow, really? Would we? Are we? Do we? Is that what we do? Is that what we do? And I just start thinking about it. Who are all the people that we praise and put in leadership positions? What women and men do we put in these leadership positions and say that they speak for us? And then as soon as they get invited to the table and they sit down and say, okay, I'm here. Good. Okay. Got my water. All right. Got something to write on, something to write with. All right. All right. I look like I'm ready. All right. I'm here to talk for the black people, the black community. Okay, here we go. All right. Hold on. Take a sip of water. Hold on. Wait. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Okay. Straighten my hat. All right. Beard. Okay. All right. White people should be R word. Asian babies should be hurt. I want to put 20K on this man's son that's been doing a whole lot for not only his community, but his family for years. Did I impress y'all? Did I impress the black community? Did I do you justice? Did I excite you? Did I make you proud? Because you've been telling Charleston White, giving him a standing ovation for years. You told Charleston White subliminally and directly, no matter what he says about other people, you're going to support him. No matter how vile and disgusting he is, you're going to support him. But you do that with other content creators. You do that with other people with platform. No matter what you say, boom, sister, okay, brother, aha. No matter what you do. And then it's going to take YouTube to show you, a lawyer to show you, a judge to show you, people outside that take life and living and the protection of that living serious, to show you that whatever you think was going on YouTube is this big.
You know, I'm going to say this because this kind of has something to do with also the video that you talked about. We discussed on the previous show. And I just believe that a lot of people are so blinded by reality. They really don't see sometimes YouTube as a reality. And what I mean by that is when you see other people being harassed or cyberbullied or someone doing terroristic threats on someone, I'm starting to believe people are really either they're not aware or they are just blinded or something, that they can't see that this behavior is not okay. But I think behind all of that, I believe it's because human beings we have this sometimes this ideal that if it's not about me, why should I care? Or if it's not about me or my family, and most people don't care about family, but they care about themselves. But they like, so it's like, if it's not about me, if they're not doing against me, hey, I'm for it. Go and attack this person. And even though they're not saying it with their mouth, their actions are saying it. Because when you go to some of these platforms and you got a lot of uncouth content creators, you have a lot of content creators that have no boundaries how far they will go, and people are laughing and rallying behind that content creator. This is the damage. It is damaging to the person that they're actually attacking. And they can say it's they victim mentality all they want to, but it is what it is. If there's an uncouth person, a content creator, and they're going in on a person, and or they're making threats to that person or about a person's family, why don't people see that as something that is really, that could be serious? That's what I don't understand. I don't get it. But maybe I'm thinking too hard, because some people are like, well, it's just YouTube, it's not a big deal. But for the person that actually think it's a big deal, it is.
I think you make some legitimate points. I mean, I can't see the chat right now. My daughter, it's nighttime for her. She's brushing her teeth and stuff. But the here's the thing. You make some legitimate points. A lot of people come to YouTube because they real life suck. I'm just being real.
Right.
They come to social media because they real life suck, and this is the chance for them to come and either be a troll or be a content creator, or just be somewhere in that gray area. So if I'm a troll,
Right.
I can say anything to you to make me feel better, right? If I'm a content creator, I can say anything to you to make me feel better. Well, what's happening right now? You got people like yourself, myself, and other content creators just out there saying, "Hey, look, you got some things going on, but now YouTube is taking it serious. Cyberbullying, exposing and doxing and all this other stuff. Things are happening where people are taking it serious. So if you don't see the signs, then you don't see the signs. But I realize that a lot of people need social media as an outlet because they don't have a real life support system. So you get 4 or 5 people, 25 people, 200 people in the chat, and all of them are cheering for you to crash out. And it's like, well, I know if I do something negative, I'll keep people coming back. It's a high. So I need to get that high. But you at what expense? Because as you can see, the last 60 days has been very revealing with all of the stuff that's happening. And then at the end of the day, I ask that simple question: is it worth it? And every time, with every video that I do, even though I ask that question, it's really rhetorical. I know it's not worth it. I know it's not worth it. I know it's not worth Charleston White being exposed by Colorado neither. Okay. Because those people are going to look at what school system or you think you're going to go to now and talk to those kids. That's not going to follow you. What job you think you're going to get and work with kids and think that's not going to follow you. So it's like you really just sabotage yourself, because now you basically going to be on a chitlin circuit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I go over here to this hole in the wall, or I'll stay going to people's YouTube channels. But then you got to ask yourself, well, shit, if you get banned off of YouTube, are you going to get the other content creator, the channel you going to, are you going to get them in trouble? So you don't even know if there's a lawsuit coming after what he said about Deion Sanders' son. Everybody thinking, well, he got one channel taken away, so what? You don't know who it may come after that.
Exactly. As you said, not all whites are our enemies. They are just as ignorant as we are. Charleston clearly shows that we have black enemies also. Wow.
Yes. I definitely 20-year military veteran. I realize that there are bad people on all sides of the track. Male, female, white, black, etc. I just feel like and I know somebody was kind of pushing the narrative like there are white people on social media as well that go back and forth like the black sectors, etc., etc. But I'm saying my biggest concern is that I'm a black man with black daughters. So when I see women getting disrespected, I see men getting disrespected, and they look like me, sound like me from where I'm from. And then you ask that general question to the population, and you say, well, damn, why can't we joke on each other without talking about each other's kids? Why can't I
Right.
joke on you without being disrespectful? Why does my entertainment have to be hateful? It's like I get these blank stares back at me, like, where you come from? They still make people like you?
Right.
Well, obviously Colorado said they do.
Right. And some people, when you have that type of mindset, you have people that even think you're disingenuous because you do believe that, and that's really sad, but that's the world that we live in.
I don't know if disingenuous I would even use that. I would use weak. If you're kind or you think a certain type of way, like if I speak to you and I speak to you with respect, and I don't
Mhm.
use no curse words, then oh well, you must be a weak, you must be a pushover. If I say, hey, we could do better, oh, you must be weak, you must be a pushover. And it's the person that says the most curse words, talks the loudest, has the bigger following. That's for some reason that makes you real. That makes
Mhm.
what you have to say real, like with the Cynthia G. So many
Mhm.
people said, well, when she said all black babies should be a black male baby should be aborted, that should have got you
Wow.
canceled. That should have got you canceled. She's alive and kicking and still going. So I don't understand how we as people tolerate things like that and say, well, we're gonna turn the other cheek.
Wait a
I
minute. She said that out of her own mouth.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
don't watch Cynthia G. I don't have anything against her, but sometimes, there's certain people I gravitate to and some people I don't. So for me hearing that, that's really appalling to me. It's really crazy that she would say that. Like, is she trolling? Um I I know she has a child. Does she have a male child?
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah. I mean,
she has a
this
male
this was
child.
done like a year and some change ago, right
Okay.
before I took my little hiatus. But again, I mean, I did a video on it. It's just the fact that she is still alive and kicking on YouTube. So it's just like, so
Hmm.
what is it that we expect from one another? Because if we can't expect respect, I don't really know what it is that we gonna do. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, again, if you are a person with a kind heart, a loving spirit, you overall you think positive. Your life don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be perfect. But overall, you just come and you bring like your conversation. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing
Mhm.
nasty and toxic about your conversation. This is not us trying to expose Charleston White. This is us talking about behaviors and what we feel. What we feel is wrong and right. And obviously, there's a lot of people out there who felt like this situation was wrong. But I felt like people jumped on a bandwagon of it being wrong after the fact versus
Right.
saying before it happened how they felt. It was never how they felt before. And that's why I said
Right.
that seems kind of weird to me that their subscribers didn't say, well, shit, you never said nothing about it before. So why so now it look kind of fake you talking about it now.
Hmm. Yeah. Emmanuel said there's some truth to what he's saying, but white people also do the same with Trump and his crimes. And he even said he could murder someone and people would still elect him. Wow. Hmm. That's interesting. That part, tough love, kindness is frowned upon and made into a weakness. Like I said, it's also sometimes even people, and this is my opinion. I think people see it as a weakness, and I also think it's people that see it as disingenuous. They feel that you can't possibly be that nice, or be that kind, or think that way because they're so used to a certain way of thinking or being around people that have that same mind frame. So they couldn't phantom anything that are remotely close to being nice to someone genuinely.
Let me tell you
Um,
something.
mhm.
I literally I literally sat down and I watched the content creator speak. I just took the time. I said, today I'm gonna make time today, right? Now people say I got time today. I had time today, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I watched someone speak about something that I spoke about, but it was almost they were kind of almost not enraged, but they were kind of, you know, they kind of was had their booty cheeks clenched up, saying, "Oh, my name in the title, it must be something. Oh my God!" But they ended up basically basically saying the same thing in reference to, you know, YouTube is cracking down. You know, I never would have thought that I would have got in trouble behind some YouTube matters, et cetera, et cetera. That's why I say we've made it a custom, and notice I say we've made it a thing where we can't even have a conversation without thinking it has to be something negative. Like we can't even have a conversation with one another. Like you have to come like, oh, let me go to Selena page. Let me go to Tough Love page. Maybe I'll survive that. But it's like, it's just certain people. It's just like, as soon as they see their name, they just automatically get on the defensive because they realize that they've been in this World War III. And it's really, at the end of the day, it amounts to nothing. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've seen content creators, and this is not recent, but I'm sure it's the still same energy. But the fact of the matter is, I'm gonna go to sleep in confusion just to wake up and respond to the confusion that happened while I was asleep. Wow. And it's a cycle. It's like a repetitive cycle. And I remember when I was really active on YouTube, and I remember like certain content creators I was subscribed to, and I used to be like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Hey, Tough Love, what's up? Da, da, da. And I just remember, like seeing two content. I mean, it's a lot of people who do it, but I remember seeing two content creators specifically would be responding back to each other like, well, damn, I was asleep, woke up to respond, and then when the other person wake up, they respond, and it's just like this cycle just for them to turn and be friends now. But it's like for months they were in this battle back and forth for nothing, and all I can see is these people in the comments like edging it on, and it'd be the same. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you something, Selena, that y'all might think is monumental. The people that's in your chat, they switch their names and go into your enemy's chat, and they edge your enemy on just like they edged you on, and they sit back and they laugh at it. Wow. There's a group of people. It's maybe about 3 to 4 to maybe 500 people, at least 2, a minimum of 2. And those people go to everybody's chat. And the reason why certain numbers are higher than some, because they go to people that they know, okay, if I go here, they're going to be talking about everything. So I'll just go there and get the beef information. So I'm not going to go to the individual channels. But I'm going to tell you right now, especially if you're a subscriber under 5,000 subscribers or whatever case may be, they're going to the major platforms to find out all the beef, instead of going to the individual's platform, which is the reason why their numbers, somebody might say, oh, they only get 15 views. But the people in the chat know all about the beef because they're going to the bigger platforms that talk about the beef to get the information, but they're sharing the same subscribers. That's interesting. I've never thought about that, but that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. Emmanuel said, it's because people have been in an echo chamber on YouTube, and basic disagreements mean there's reason to dislike a person on a personal level. Correct, Emmanuel. I agree. I have people on here that's just like, they go by what one person say, and it goes from there. And so I'm a victim. I am this, I am that. And that's really unfortunate that people just can't get to know you and your content without the rest of the drama. Hey, Thick Cut, how you doing, sweetie? So it's very unfortunate. I'm gonna keep playing this.
Compared to what life got in store for you. Good morning. Good morning. What are we doing? We are steadily seeing signs on a daily basis. Enough's enough. Steadily seeing signs of people within our community, people that either we look toward, look to, look around, stand with, entertain, and we're steadily acting like we don't see what's being said, see what's being done. I'm going to ignore what you're saying. I'm going to ignore what you're doing. Oh, okay, cool. What happens when you can't ignore it no more? Salute, Black Rabbit. What happens when you can't ignore it no more? Charleston White can't ignore it no more. You getting banned for hate speech? You getting banned for putting 20K on this man's sons? Oh, hell no. What does ex-wife say? Oh, hell no. Charleston White said this about 9 days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Tough Love has a video as soon as he heard it. He didn't wait for Charleston White to get banned from YouTube to make a video. He didn't wait. There are other content creators who didn't wait until the odds were stacked against the man to now say, you were wrong. And we sit back and we act like after he gets banned, everybody who says he was wrong is saying something monumental, is saying something revolutionary. Yeah, woo! That's a real one. And then come to find out, these people were in cahoots with everything that was being said before he got banned. Was cool with everything that he said before he got banned. Was trying to work with him and be cool with him before he got banned. But now, since YouTube has put him on notice, for not even just YouTube, since white people have put him on notice, now all of a sudden, well, maybe we can't do that no more. You keep pushing the envelope, driving faster and faster towards a cliff. And when somebody's screaming, slow down, that's a dead end, cliff ahead. I don't want to hear it. We here for the entertainment. Well, shit, Charleston White was very entertaining. He entertained being removed. He shock-jocked his way to a release. He shock-jocked his way to cancellation. He disrespected his way to another situation. It's funny to me how like you have to see what somebody's willing to do before you say, well, maybe I don't want no smoke with that. Right? Everybody like, man, I'm gonna keep on doing me, bro. Man, YouTube ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't nobody gonna report my video. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing, man. I'm me, bro. Ain't nobody can touch me. I'm the baddest. I'm the baddest smokeful around here. You know what it is. You know what it is. Can't nobody touch me. And in a minute, well, yeah, I'm just trying to. And then the people in the comment section, stupid. Oh my God, you're so stupid. Oh my God, I can't believe that as a grown woman or a grown man, you would take things that far. Like, that is so dumb. Like, that's crazy. Like, what? Where's your backbone at? Like, you should have known you were going too far, bro. What was that dude named? Some Love. Some Love. He was saying it. I remember him saying it. Matter of fact, you was trying to clown him. Now you looking real stupid. Oh, Tough Love, that dude. That guy. He said, hey, well, how far are we willing to take this? How much disrespect is too much disrespect? How much hatred is too much hatred? Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 30 days, you guys have been witnessing. You've been witnessing things happen on social media that if anybody with any type of logic, common sense would say, let me take a break, a breather, and chill.
Mm-hmm.
And chill. This is too much. Too much. Hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. Video upon video upon video upon video. Hate speech. cyberbullying, disrespect, exposing, character bashing, character assassination. And it takes kids at a university to get upset. White people, probably not even on YouTube, but then heard through social media, like, he said, what? About who? Oh, hell no. Report. You getting hundreds of people reporting videos, hundreds of people reporting channels. What you think gonna happen?
Right.
I appreciate that, Gary. What you think gonna happen? But here's the thing, your video next. Your video's next. Your video's next. Because what happens is when life hits YouTube, life wins. It don't matter how many people cheering for you, don't know how many people high-fiving and in the comment, oh yeah, you're just real. Okay. The same people did that for Charleston White. The same people did that for Charleston White. Y'all don't think that's odd? You don't think that's weird? Don't just be in here, don't hit this like button. Come on now. I ain't saying nothing about your favorite content.
Hit the like button, goddammit.
I'm saying, hey, listen.
Yeah, hit the like button, y'all.
We ain't learned nothing. That's what that next video should be about. What I learned from Charleston White. What I might want to stop doing from Charleston White. When shock jock goes too far from Charleston White.
And, you know, unfortunately, I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, there's still going to people, they're still going to see all of this. They're going to see people that get the cease and desist. They're going to see the people that have been banned from YouTube, and they will continue to do it because that is their mentality. They are stuck on stupid. They are very prideful, and they feel like, well, that person got touched, but it can't happen to me. And those are the people I really look forward to falling on their face because, you know, I always say people don't believe, you know, fat meat is greasy. And they see all the other situations where people are actually being reprimanded and things of that nature. But it never crosses their mind that it could happen to me. Oh, it ain't going to happen to me because I'm doing this right. I'm doing this right. But you still doing all this over here. So it's, to me, some people have to actually experience it for them to stop doing what they're doing. And for some people, they can be smart enough and learn and watch what other failures people have done and learn by them. But then you have, I call them fools. You know, fools, they walk right into a wall pridefully because they choose to, you know. So that's my opinion on that.
Definitely.
There's somebody sitting down right now, ladies and gentlemen, and I've witnessed it myself, saying, I want to be like Charleston White. I want to be like Charleston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are trying to figure out who can they disrespect to get their name on the map? Who can they degrade to get their name on the map? What race, what gender, what ethnicity, who puts me there? Right? Who puts me there? What can I say about babies? How much money can I put on this kid over here to really propel me through the social media circle? Because we know black people ain't gonna cancel me for it. They're gonna be like, oh man, that's crazy what you said about that kid, dog. You crazy. Man, you crazy, bro. Let me say something revolutionary real quick. Black men stay in school. Oh my God. That was revolutionary. Man, woo, you a real one. That was revolutionary. I ain't never heard nobody say black men should stay in school like that, man. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, I know you just said to put money on somebody's kid, but man, but when you said that thing after that though, when you made that point after that though,
that boy good.
Those people at Colorado didn't give a damn if he was an activist or not. They ain't think they don't care if he was the second coming of Jesus Christ. Wrong is wrong. There was a zero tolerance level, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Zero tolerance level. Salute. Why do we got such a high tolerance for everybody being disrespected? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna listen to like we're paralyzed and polarized. As long as you disrespect me, that makes you a real one. As long as you curse me out, whoo, that makes you a real one. As long as you can come up with some catchy names or some phrases I can throw at you, that makes me a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Not your actions, not having any integrity to your character, not actually speaking out when it matters, but you a real one after Charleston White gets banned and you say something. You a real one. Monumental. Revolutionary. Somebody sent me a live that Charleston White was doing, and I forgot what. I think he was talking about Sexy Red or something. And he said that Sexy Red is going to be the reason why a lot of females get taken advantage of. This is what's so crazy. Multiple women came before Sexy Red who promoted the same lifestyle, but for some reason, Sexy Red is going to be the problem. You see how unrealistic that is?
Mm-hmm.
You see how unrealistic that is? Instead of giving women the knowledge and say, hey, listen, go out, have a good time, but make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you take care of yourself. Make sure you aware, don't put your drink down. Just don't go jump in the car with a stranger. Instead of giving them a way to combat what you think is the problem. And this is my issue with people, man. Instead of giving people a way to heal, to combat the negativity, you just say, Sexy Red, the problem. How do you fix the problem? What's the solution? What's the solution? Because the problem existed before it ever was named Sexy Red. Rap existed before Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle. It existed before then. So how come we not giving solutions to nobody? All these people with these platforms and they, I ain't here for this and I ain't here for that. Well, what the hell you here for then? Keep the bullshit you got going on in your real life. Stop trying to spread it out over social media. I hate everybody because my life's so bad. Well, then go fix your life. Go fix your life. If you clocking more time on social media than you are living your real life, something wrong. Something wrong. If you're promoting, I'm playing a character. This is a character. This is a character. Well, what are you in real life? Who's your real character in real life? You got people putting their family in danger so they can get some likes and views. God damn.
I don't see nothing funny about that.
You got people putting their family in danger on a daily basis so they can get some likes and views. You got people hopping online, totally disrespecting people, thinking that nobody can find them, nobody can come knocking on their door, nobody can pull up to that daycare.
TJ, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. But you're correct. There's too many people in the culture celebrating ignorance. That's why fools have a popular platform that's not going to change anytime soon, sadly. Now, you spoke a word, sir, and that is very true. Unfortunately, you will have more people to flock to those type of platforms. You could have the best content. You could have the best intentions. You can express yourself, articulate what your feelings are very well. But people, to me, for the most part, they just want the fuck shit. And that's just point blank. Not all, but some. Um, Go ahead, Tim.
I mean, again, that's a great comment. I think that we need to understand it's like and I know you guys have been around long enough to know it's that what you say, go where you celebrate and not tolerate it. I'm gonna tell you right now, anybody who says that speaking respectfully to people, we could crack jokes, you know, have a good time or whatever, but it shouldn't be in no point demeaning towards one another. Anybody that tries to convince you try to shame you and act like that, those things are wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now, peer pressure never really worked on me. I don't know as an adult who it affects, but
Mhm.
it never really worked on me. And I can honestly tell you that the only place that those people can actually take it and do anything with is right
Mhm.
where it's at. It ain't going nowhere else. I've seen people beef for 6 months or more and nothing has happened but a bunch of videos,
Mhm.
which shows me it's like, okay, well, the progress is stagnant. I know a lot of people say, well, you know, they're getting a lot of views and yeah, but is it? Here's the thing: every single word, every single video, every single um conversation, you're exposing yourself. The
Mhm.
need, the want, the hunger to be seen and liked. Because if you're getting validated in real life, you have a real life support system, real life people around you, you know, that love you, you wouldn't be doing this.
Mhm.
There's no way in hell that your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, family members, friends, colleagues, nobody would be sitting around cheering you on. So I
Right.
noticed a lot of people be off in the corner, off in the car, or you know, in the basement or in the attic, doing all of this stuff day after day after day. Because you got to ask yourself, like, how much money are you? I want you guys to think about it. How much money are the channels that really, I guess, go in at each other? How much money you really think they make?
Hmm.
Now, on some real shit, how much is a 6 hour live of disrespecting someone? How much you think they would make?
Well, a few $100s.
To be honest with you,
Mhm.
maybe $100,
You
depending on who it is.
lying.
Now,
Oh my God.
of course, you got some bigger content creators, but I'm just
Mhm.
saying, relatively, the majority of the content creators that's in the beat, they got less than 5,000 subscribers. So the thing about it is that everybody ain't donating. People are just watching, just to be watching. So you might get a $5 donation. You might get hell 20, maybe a $50 one. But you got
Mhm.
to think about it. You're putting in hours. If you're online for 3 hours and you get maybe $25.
Mhm.
So it's like what I'm saying is all of the time and effort being put into it, it's really you get no return. So it has to be, if you're not getting the monetary value from it, it must be because you need the attention.
Wow. You know, I never thought about it that way, but there is a lot of attention seeking people. So yeah, that does make sense now. Cause I'm thinking you make, pretty buku money when you have the subs and you're on live for a very long time. I'm thinking, oh, that's reeling in the money. So it's not that way. Wow.
No, your AdSense, the AdSense, you don't, unless you make over $100 via AdSense, you won't get that check. So you can make up to $30, $20 or whatever case be, but you won't get that check. It'll have to roll over to the next month. So a lot of people say, "Oh, here's my Cash App. Here's my Cash App," right? Or if they
Hmm.
do I guess a super chat or whatever, of course YouTube takes a percentage of that. What I'm saying is, people are hating each other for free. That's what I'm saying.
That's
It's
cold
not enough
blooded.
to go buy the money that they're getting is not enough to, I don't know if everybody wear Timberlands or whatever, but
Hmm.
hell, Jordans, it's not enough to go buy a pair of Jordans. So
Mm.
you're hating, or I mean, it's damn sure not enough for ladies to go buy a purse. So you're
Mhm.
hating on people for free. So when you go and see these judges and you're standing in front of them and you say, well, you know, da 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 da, it is not enough money to pay the lawyer to defend you, to get a damn lawyer. Like so you're doing it for free, and it's costing you so much to do it.
Wow. So basically, it's not always about the money. It's about the attention that one gets from being
It's
on
about
YouTube.
exactly. It's about the validation, and you got to understand and ask yourself: if you were being validated in real life, then that means you wouldn't need a standing ovation from YouTube. And that's why I said it's different. You can tell the content creators that say, "Well, I really have something going on in real life." You can tell how they move. You can tell how they sound. Not that their life is perfect. God forbid, my life ain't goddamn perfect, but you could just
Mhm.
tell. It's like I'll say, look, I ain't here for everybody to be my friend. I got a message and I'm gonna promote my message, but it's not a message that I feel like I need to harm anybody.
Right. Correct. Okay.
But I think that if you have real life validation, I think that you just operate different. You
Do
have a
you
real life support system, then you don't need to team up with. Case in point, it'll be people that says, "Yo, tough love, I support you," but they won't share a video. I support you, but they won't be in the chat. But they would be in the chat with somebody kids getting exposed, somebody wife getting exposed, somebody husband getting exposed, somebody
correct?
job or criminal history getting exposed. So you scratch your head like, well, damn, that's crazy. Like, why wouldn't you
Right.
be able to be in a tough love chat or a Selena chat, but you could be in the chat where all of this shit is being done? because they,
Right.
because they value being validated by somebody they don't know, never met, but they want to be a part of something bigger than them because they don't have that in real life.
Mm. So what do you think Charleston White, what do you think he gets from it? Because he always says, he got money and stuff like that. So do you believe that, maybe some of his problem is getting attention with him trying to be a shock jock?
I believe Charleston White is an old man who's past his prime, who's good at talking. He's a slick talker, like he fast on his feet. And he
Mhm.
realizes that he doesn't have to be a man's man. He doesn't have. I mean, no disrespect, but it ain't like he getting super handsome from anybody, right? It ain't like he's
Right.
super tall or super buff. So the best thing he got going for him is his mouth. I mean, a one-eyed dude and
Okay.
skinny, looking like Snoop Dogg in the movie. So the best thing he has going on is talking shit. But if
Uh-huh.
Charleston White would have stayed on that I believe if he would have stayed on it, the straight and narrow on being an activist, talking about the community and using that same energy and aggression towards real issues, not sometime issues. Like he'll say a bunch of
Mhm.
crazy stuff and then want you to sit down with them and say, okay, now let's talk about the community. Well, nah, you got people. What you're doing is you're making it dangerous for the community. You're
Mhm.
promoting division. What we should be doing is promoting togetherness, promoting awareness. What you're doing is you're promoting hate. You're promoting disdain. You're promoting standing over white people and looking at the life drain from their eyes and nobody. You're on a white platform, brother. You don't
Mhm.
even. You're lucky that they even let that go as far as it did. So I think Charleston shot. I mean, he called himself a shock jock, but to me, I call him a dumbass. To be honest with you. He's just a dumbass. He's just a guy that got out of jail, started doing some activity, activist work or whatever case be, because that was the narrative he needed to sell to get to where he wanted to go. And then the real Charleston White, I don't think that's the shock jock. I think that's Charleston White. I think that's how he really feels. He's an old head. You ever heard old people are who they are. They ain't
Right.
changing. They ain't
Right.
changing. Charleston White spent more time shock jocking than being Charleston White.
Mm. So
So
my grandmother would call them old fools.
exactly, exactly. Charleston White. That wasn't no shock jock. That wasn't no act. That was really him. That was really him.
Okay.
He really feels a certain type of way, and that's him being and he realized, okay, I can do this. Of course, he turned it up some, but I mean, brother, I mean, how come we don't see your real life? How come we don't understand like what you're talking about what you did in the community years ago? What you doing now? And there's no way in the world you could go into a school after promoting hatred for all Asian babies and what you're talking about white women, as if no white women and Asian descent people in schools.
Right. Hmm. And in some cases, I think he knows what he's doing and he plays it, to his advantage. But I think that this was a really bad call. And he did not practice he did not practice wisdom, that's for sure. Um, yeah, that's pretty interesting. That
Selena, when you
his
do something long enough and you're allowed to get away with it, you start to feel invincible. And then
right.
what happens is when reality comes, now you can't explain it away. I haven't seen one video, and maybe you guys have it. If you have,
Mhm.
send me the link. I would love to listen to it. Does he feel remorseful for losing his channel or what he said about Deion Sanders as a kid? Do we think that him losing his channel was the crime fit the punishment or the punishment fit the crime? I haven't seen anything about him apologizing, anything about him saying, maybe I went too far. None of that. You see what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of people assumptions of what they think Charleston White is thinking and saying and all this good stuff or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. When you have somebody that's been a fool and promoting this untouchable attitude, and then when they get touched, now you silent.
Mm.
Now you silent. After the consequence, now let me change up what I say and how I talk. And well, you was getting those hints of change before you even got in trouble.
Right. Hey, AZ, what's good? Yeah, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna stop your video right there. We can go back, but I want to show this. This is from another content creator. I wanted to show where she was saying that Charleston White is not banned. I guess. Hey, Matt K, how are you? Um, he is still running and running around on these YouTube streets. Let's see. Now, this is coming from Classy Lady of Today. And this is where I got this particular video from. So you see him here, he's chilling. And this was 3 days ago.
Is this on his channel or is this somebody
No,
put it on
it's
there?
from the Classy Lady of Today.
I said the gate right over there.
Want to see.
Fourth one, it might be his fifth, or it might go for six. But he's back on YouTube, and the haters mad. He's back on YouTube, going live. Oh, okay.
Babe, they have a chaser, like Sprite. Yeah.
Charleston back on YouTube. Charleston back on YouTube.
Hey, Selena.
Uh-huh.
Let me say this real quick. And this is for the people. Maybe they picking up what I'm picking up.
Hey,
Your
Angela.
ass is you back on YouTube, but you ain't saying nothing about Deion Sanders. You back on YouTube, but you ain't saying nothing about that 20K you said you was gonna put on him. I'm just being real. That to me, if that's first of all, I don't know who Classy Lady is or whatever case to be. Salute to her. But why is that not from his channel? Whatever channel you say that he got, why is that? Why does that not say Charleston White? You know what I'm saying? Him dancing and saying I'm back on YouTube to me don't mean shit. Bring that same energy you had before you got kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
You dancing and swinging your arms around. I mean that doesn't really mean. And we can't really say when that was actually, what day that actually was. She
It
she
says
posted 3 days ago, but
uh-huh.
I mean, shit, it could have been 2 days before he got, his channel got, banned or whatever. I'm saying if he's still going live promoting the same rhetoric on his channel, a channel named Charleston White, 2.0, 3.1, whatever. Okay, cool. To me, that'd be something to showcase. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know where those
Yeah.
other videos came from. I don't know who, what her connection is to Charleston White and when that, what I'm saying, actually happened or whatever. Because I think it would be very stupid to be like, oh, I'm still gonna talk about Deion Sanders. Now I'm gonna go really, go in harder. I mean, if you feel like you can, I mean, I'm just saying. But being on somebody else's channel under a classy lady, that doesn't showcase to me he on YouTube. That could have been Instagram. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Okay. So I'm just gonna just play a little bit of that, but I just wanted to show you. He seems very like niggas, y'all can't stop me. That's basically how he seems on this video, which is hilarious to me because it's like, wow, these people.
Bless his
I don't
heart.
know. Yeah, bless his heart. Bless his heart. Um, he's gonna be starting a new movie as well. Angelo said, Angelo says, that man was talking shit, bro. In character, he's mean nothing of that. Yep. Gary
Oh,
says, please remember. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Gary. I was about to read that. But yeah, tough love. All this shit is about click and views. That's what Angelo said. That part.
I believe that. I believe that, Angelo. I agree with
That's,
that.
y'all are more than welcome to come up. If y'all would like to talk about the situation, but basically, Charleston White, just like my title, he has diarrhea at the mouth, like most people. We all have had it, and like I said, they say it with your chest, and yeah, some things you say with your chest, you say it, and you make no apologies for it. But whatever you say, make sure you understand that there's going to be consequences by it. And when you say it, be ready for it. Be ready for it, whether it is good or bad. I learned at a young age, the diarrhea at the mouth is only gonna get you in more trouble than you planned on being in. So watch what you say. Watch what you say because there's gonna be something behind it. Tough love, do you have any last words you would like to say about the
Um,
situation?
Again, I just appreciate being able to come on your platform, and I appreciate the extensive breakdown that you do um, with the videos and the conversation behind it. So that's dope. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the feedback from the uh, the chat. For me, whether it's Charleston White or anybody else or whatever, I just hopefully whatever you do, what I'm saying, you're happy with doing it and it don't bite you in the ass. But
Mhm.
again, for those content creators out there that's promoting somewhat of a comfortable place to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? A safe
Mhm.
spot to have a conversation. Man, I salute you. I think that more of that is definitely needed. And don't get discouraged. It shouldn't be about how many people in your chat. It should be about how solid is your content. So
Correct.
I appreciate, what I'm saying, everything. And let me go ahead and get this girl out of the tub. I'll
Okay.
holler at
Thank
y'all.
you, Tough
All right.
Love. I appreciate you. It's always a blessing. Thank you so much for your time.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Good night.
guys. Yeah, I really appreciate Tough Love and his input. I enjoy some of his, his commentary, the things that he has to offer. He really he may rub some people wrong, but a lot of the things he say, it has a lot of meaning behind it, and he be speaking the truth from my standpoint. Hey Gartrell, how you? I'm glad to see you. You said old fools used to be young fools. That's what my grandmother used to say. And a lot of times, unfortunately, old fools stay old fools. So, not saying that he is, I don't know the brother, but from where he comes across on this situation and a few other situations, I believe that and when you get a certain age, you should develop some type of wisdom because of your life experiences and the things that maybe you've seen other people going into downfalls. Unfortunately, we live in a society, in a world where people don't believe fat meat is greasy, and they have to learn the hard way. Some people that are very prideful have to get knocked down all the way to the floor for them to look up and see that they are actually the ones that failed themselves. And unfortunately, more people have to experience that because they don't think that it could happen to them. They have a sense of being invincible. And that is a dangerous place to be, to feel invincible and to be prideful at the same time. You will lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, you lose everything with that. So I always say, make sure you check yourself, learn if, hey, worldwide, good to see you. Make sure that you understand that meekness does not mean weakness. Okay. Being meek has nothing to do with weakness. Actually, being meek, it helps you to see things a lot better. It helps you to see things from different perspectives. And it also helps you to check yourself, because a lot of times we need to check ourselves because we are out of line at times. And I've done it, you've done it, we all have done it. So never get too prideful where you can't see this other people's downfall as it could not be yours, because you are not invincible. I am not invincible. It could happen to anybody. And the bottom line that people seem to overlook is treat people like you want to be treated. If you wouldn't want that being said to you, don't say it to somebody else. That's just the bottom line. But unfortunately, and you're gonna hear me say that all the time because it's so unfortunate that people can't get it. It's so unfortunate when you speak on things that's not right, you playing a victim. Why do you have to be a victim if you're speaking on what someone has wronged you or what someone has done? So people need to be accountable, take responsibility for what they have added to the situation, what they have done, and humble yourself. Unfortunately, and I'll say it again, I'm gonna say it about 100 times before I get off, that Mr. White probably will not learn from this situation because he feels he's invincible. And people have supported it. So when people have supported you, it to him in his mindset, what he's doing is great. When actuality, he might be destroying himself in the process and other people that surround him that actually go by his message. And everything he says is not bad. I've heard some things that he says that actually make sense. But for the most part, he has said a lot of things that I would consider unwise and didn't think things through. But some people's mentality is just their mentality. So, guys, those are my final thoughts on the situation. I hope Deion Sanders and his team and his sons the best. I even hope that one day Charleston White will see that with him having a bigger platform, he could do a lot of good instead of harm to his community, and not just his community, just people in general. And when you have the responsibility of having a large platform, I really believe that some God gives you that opportunity to really be a life changer. And people take that and they use it in another way. They use it in a bad way. And that's where you will be held accountable for with your life. And that's really a sad place to be. When you have a platform, you are there to make a great impact on other people. We go through things to be a blessing to other people, not to be a curse. Guys, I love you guys, Reese's Pieces. I hope that you press the like button and make sure you press the notification bell so when I am live, you will know that I'm live. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. if you haven't. And if you would like to join my membership, I would be more than grateful. I will be not starting next week, but the week after. I'm going to do a membership live stream where only the members can see. And I'll be sharing some personal things on there, not just too personal, but to just be a little bit more transparent. And I'm going to do that on my membership live. So please, guys, if you would like to support, I would appreciate it if you would join my membership. If not, the fact that you're in here liking, sharing, or even coming to my channel is a blessing. So I thank you guys for that. And it's good to see you, Gertrude. You said he has been an idiot since he was young. There's documentations to prove that. Saddest thing, he thinks he's right. Wow. And isn't that unfortunate that a lot of people on YouTube and in your everyday life think the same way? And that's where your downfall ends, when you think that you are invincible and you've been getting away with it and you're going to continue to get away with it. Well, not all the time. So, guys, treat people like you want to be treated. And remember, if don't nobody else love you, I love you to Reese's Pieces. Have a good night. And I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. I probably will be going live Monday. I believe I will be having an interview with DJ London. So, if you have the time, just come by, check me out, press the like button. I appreciate that too. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.